Life's already complicated enough, but some people make it their mission to complicate it even more, like there's some invisible college teaching the worst ways to exist in society. Let's cut straight to the chase. These 7 principles aren't just bad behaviors. They're the perfect recipe to become unbearable while somehow feeling superior about it. Principle 1. Don't listen to what others have to contribute. Oh, the classic, I already know everything move. This person turned conversation into a one-person PowerPoint presentation where they're both the speaker and the only audience member clapping. The real problem? When someone stops listening, they stop learning. And when they stop learning, they get trapped in their own mental bubble until it explodes. It's like trying to drive while only looking in the rearview mirror. Eventual crash guaranteed. These people live in a personal echo chamber, where any different opinion feels like a personal attack. They confuse confidence with stubbornness and wisdom with arrogance. The result? Relationships that wither like plants without water, because nobody can stand talking to a wall that talks back. The cruel irony is that the more closed off someone becomes, the more they need those perspectives they're rejecting. It's like a shipwreck victim refusing the life vest because it doesn't match the outfit. Principle 2. Make a post and get mad. When someone comments, disagreeing, this is the I want attention, but only exactly the way I expect it mentality. It's like opening a restaurant and getting pissed when customers order food. Social media became the playground for fragile egos. Someone posts an opinion on the internet, the most democratic and diverse place on the planet, and then gets offended because not everyone agreed. It's like shouting in a public square and expecting only applause. What this person doesn't get is that disagreement isn't violence. It's dialogue. When someone comments something different, they're not attacking your existence. They're participating in the conversation you started. But for someone living in a bubble, any breeze feels like a hurricane. If this is already bugging you, drop "got me" in the comments below. I read them all. Principle 3. Be arrogant. Arrogance is insecurity's favorite disguise. It's that person who needs to put others down to feel big, like wearing emotional high heels. The painful truth: genuinely confident people don't need to prove anything to anyone. Arrogance is a flashing neon sign. Check out my fragility. The arrogant person confuses knowledge with intelligence, and intelligence with superiority. They don't realize that every time they belittle someone, they're revealing the size of their own inferiority complex. It's like trying to feel tall by stepping on others. You're still the same height, just standing on a pile of problems now. The worst part is that arrogance pushes away exactly the people who could help with growth. Nobody wants to teach someone who already thinks they know everything. Principle 4. Insist that people can't cry over spilled milk. This is the master of empathy lacking disguised as wisdom. Get over it. Move on. No point crying. Like processing emotions is a waste of time. Reality check? Denying emotional grief is like trying to heal a wound by covering it with a dirty band-aid. The problem doesn't disappear. It just rots underneath. This person thinks they're being practical when they're actually being cruel. They don't understand that processing pain is a fundamental part of healing. It's like interrupting the healing process because it takes too long. The result is always worse. The most twisted part is that whoever says this usually either never went through significant losses or went through them and repressed so much they became an emotional robot. It's advice from someone who never cried teaching someone who's bleeding. Principle 5. Believe without questioning information from WhatsApp groups. WhatsApp became the university for experts in everything. Medicine, economics, politics, conspiracy. Everything solved in message chains between aunt's voice notes and nephew's photos. This person turned critical thinking into an uninstalled app. They believe anything that confirms what they already think and ignore any evidence that contradicts it. It's like wearing glasses that only see what we want to see. The problem isn't just believing fake news, it's completely giving up the responsibility to think. This person outsourced their brain to anyone who knows how to use caps lock and indignation emojis. It's like letting a stranger drive your life because they yell louder. So recognize someone like this, send them this video, or better yet, don't, because they'll think it's persecution. Principle 6. Fight segregation with more segregation. I hate prejudice, so I'll hate everyone from a certain group. The math doesn't add up, but the incoherence is perfect. It's like trying to put out fire with gasoline, thinking you're using water. The result is always more destruction, never solutions. This person became what they claim to fight, but with a clear conscience because they're on the right side. It's like an ex-smoker who now hates all smokers. The obsession continues, just change direction. The most tragicomic part is that this person genuinely believes they're doing justice. They don't realize they're perpetuating exactly the cycle they criticize. It's a revolutionary who became a dictator, thinking they're still liberating the people. Principle 7. Sweep it under the rug. The specialty of pretend it doesn't exist. Marriage problems, ignore them. Debts piling up, close your eyes. Health deteriorating, it'll pass on its own. This person lives in a parallel reality where problems solve themselves, like believing dirt under the carpet makes the house clean. Modern humans' favorite defense mechanism, industrial-grade denial. This person perfected the art of not seeing the obvious, like an ostrich with a PhD in self-deception. The problem is that reality doesn't respect illusions. It always collects the bill with interest. The scariest part is that the bigger the ignored problem, the bigger the damage when it finally explodes. It's like ignoring a roof leak until the day the house collapses. The truth nobody wants to hear. Each of these principles has one thing in common. They're cowardly ways to avoid the responsibility of growing as a human being. If you made it this far and still haven't identified with any of these principles, congrats. Either you're a saint or you're the supreme master of denial. Drop a comment on which of those two it is. The real price of conscious stupidity. The scariest thing isn't that these people exist, it's that they multiply. Because stupidity is also contagious. Every person who adopts these principles isn't just destroying their own life. They're spreading toxicity like an emotional virus. It's like being an asymptomatic carrier of stupidity. The antidote exists, but requires courage. The cure for this epidemic of conscious stupidity is simple in theory and brutal in practice. Personal responsibility. Recognizing you might be wrong. Accepting that growth hurts. Understanding that listening is more important than talking. Realizing that ignored problems become tragedies. But this requires something these 7 principles were created to avoid: vulnerability. The ability to admit you don't know everything, that you need others, that you're building your life day by day like everyone else. The difference between wisdom and stupidity isn't in what you know. It's in your willingness to keep learning. Truth time. Which of these principles have you practiced without realizing? And more importantly, what are you going to do differently starting now? Drop your most honest reflection in the comments. If this reality check woke you up to something, share it with someone who needs to hear this too. Sometimes we need a friend to show us the mirror. Making it this far is already a sign, but acting after this, that's another story.